A year or so inside the program. Is Davion still aggressive early on?
Right, and you've got Lewis King, who, by the way, showed some great promise during the season. He had that tremendous game against Memphis. He kind of was disappointing last night, but you see right there, the Kings giving up that.
There.
Yeah, right at the end of that game, which of course had to go to overtime last night, Summer League overtime game. He got a little bit of a cramp in his hamstring, but you know what? He was out here at 3 o'clock today on the court before anyone else from the game before us getting some work in.
Reaves, the mid-range jumper is good. 2 years at Oklahoma.
Can get in rhythm, and that's what can help you find your groove and your rhythm within a game. The forcing it, putting the ball on the deck a little bit to dribble yourself into a rhythm.
Oh, Childs comes down with it. 2, the heave. And at the end of 1, Sacramento. From Reaves going up top to Keita. Back comes Reaves on the dribble drive. Oh, yeah, that's offensive foul.
All over the place on both ends of the floor. You need someone to come in, settle everyone down, get into an offense, be the leader on the defensive end, vocalize things, get the team settled.
Oh, nice little.
Played very well with the G League. He's very physical. I want him on the boards. I need consistency out of them. I want them to show me that during the Summer League.
Here's Mitchell as the Kings try to get into some kind of flow offensively. Robert Woodard looking down low. Instead, it'll go to head coach Quentin Crawford. Played 2 years with the Arizona Wildcats. That free throw ended a 10-0 Los Angeles run. Jemiah's tried to find Terry on the inside. Instead, Floyd, the tip by Childs is good. That's his first. Kings with a little pressure here. Here's Austin Reaves, shot clock down to 10. Getting right into the paint, takes the contact, no foul. And back come the Lakers. Sacramento trailing by 1, nice little give and go, 2-man game. Austin Reaves driving to the basket.
His instinct is impeccable, and it's, you know, he's been very impressive over these last 2 days, and it's not surprising when you kind of find out a little bit more about him. He comes from a basketball family. Both his mom and dad played basketball at Arkansas State. Obviously, you know, there must have been a little bit of hoop talk and breakdown and maybe some games in the backyard. But I really like this young kid. I really like the way he plays, his hustle. He's very smart. His basketball IQ, it just screams at you. So we'll see what comes of his Summer League performance. But he's been, the way that he handled that, read that, gave himself the space and the time. He's gonna figure this out, and you know, he was excellent last night in reading and plays well with big men, as you can see. He likes to get people involved.
Terry nearly threw that one down.
A little upset with himself on the other end.
Here he is matched up on Reaves. Reaves in his bag, going to the hole, no whistle. Davion Mitchell. Sacramento with the 2-point lead. Reaves, the heave. Nearly overall pick. Let's see if he was there.
He's still moving. He didn't quite get there in time. But you know what? The only way that you're going to get better and learn to play and defend and make those plays at this level is to continue to put.
An 8-0 run from LA. Oh, that's backcourt. Yes, sir. Reaves. The turnover, great defense from Robert Woodard, forcing it.
The defense for the Kings tonight really has been great. I mean, you've got a team overall that you're holding the Lakers to 40% from the field. You really are doing an excellent job of putting pressure.
Over 19 for the Kings. We're under a minute to play. Sacramento trailing the Lakers by 5. Reaves content to just hold it out. Now he turns on the Jets, gets into the paint, and 1.
So 2 things about the last 2 plays, Kyle. You've got Woodard that tries to make a play on his own, and then you come down the other end and you're under 60 seconds. You've just made a turnover. You're down 5. You need to absolutely immediately send 2 people to him out on the perimeter to try and force the ball out of hand, get them into some kind of action so that you can hopefully scramble, come up with a steal. But if you're going to let them sit back for 10 seconds and run the clock off, even though you've extended your pressure full up, you need to send someone to force them to do something. So, I mean, these are just game situation things that, you know, you learn with time. And I'm sure Bobby Jackson is going to be talking to them about, but they did this again last night. They did it last night in overtime, you know.
Yep.
They made some errors down the stretch, just 2 minutes, last 2 minutes of the game, and that's what we're seeing here tonight.
We got a technical foul on Emmanuel Terry. Kings down by 9, 82-73, 45.1.